Good morning. You are watching the Earls Barton News. My name is Hugh Beaton-Root.
And I am Tim Moore.
Today's top stories. No one cares about you. A child has been found in a green bin and since transferred into a brown bin. This is yet to be reported to the local council. Local celebrity Tim Moore has announced his engagement to the popular television star Tinky Winky.
What?
Jam smugglers have been spotted on the south side of Earls Barton, engaging in devious acts. All this and more this week on the Earls Barton News. Now over to our first story with Dick Edwards. Dick.
It's Richard. Richard Edwards.
Oh, that's far too many syllables.
Your name is Hugh Beaton-Root. That's the exact same amount.
Look, I'm not here to argue, Dick. You can either have Dick Edwards or Richard Ed. Which would you prefer? We can go shorter if you like. You could have Dick Ed. How would you like that?
No.
Over to our next story with Dick Ed. Dick.
I'm not the only dick around here.
You shut your mouth. Dick.
The village of Earls Barton. There are two types of things you must survive. Pensioners and the countryside. Surviving pensioners is far easier. It involves scones and it involves butter. Surviving in the wildlife is far more complex, and I'm here with wildlife expert and survivalist guru Fox Poachers to learn more on the topic. Hi.
Hi.
So, Fox, how long have you been surviving in the rough terrain of Earls Barton?
Well, it depends on what you count as surviving. I believe that a piece of myself died several years back when I was forced to cut open, crawl inside and sleep in somebody else's tent.
Wow. You're really willing to do whatever it takes.
Without question, the 3 rules to surviving is to persist, resist, and most importantly, get missed.
What does that actually mean?
Yeah.
I hear you have some 3 tips on how to survive in the village of Earls Barton.
Yes, I do, little man. Number 1, always carry a paper bag. It makes for a good pillow, it makes for a good shoe, and it makes for a good toilet. What you lose in dignity, you make up for in surviving.
What?
Secondly, everyone needs to eat, and the only way to get food is, of course, stealing it from strangers.
Oh, we're not advocating you steal from strangers.
Fine! Starve and then see what you abdicate.
Okay, I think we've had quite enough.
Shut it, tiny man.
I think we've had quite enough from Fox Poachers. I've been Richard Edwards. Thank you. Back to the studio.
Shit. Now over to Jonathan Medway with his report.
Across the United Kingdom, battle re-enactment societies are hard to miss. With thousands of volunteers, all in full costume charging each other, this can be just as exciting as the real thing. In the village of Earls Barton, however, volunteers are hard to come by. Today, I'll be meeting with the country's smallest re-enactment society, the Battling Bartons.
It was very clear that we were the only two interested in the reenactment, but at the end of the day, there are only ever 2 sides in a fight.
Now, I hear that you've been trying to tackle some 20th century wars. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, well, it turns out the Cold War and espionage and that just isn't as exciting as hitting someone with a stick. We should have done our research.
And what battle are you going to be reenacting today?
Well, we thought we'd be in keeping with the Earls Barton tradition and we'd do the invasion, the Saxon invasion of the Earls Barton village. So we'll do that for you now.
Three, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2,
And there you have another vivid and engaging reenactment. Jonathan Medway, Earls Barton News.
Next up, well, butter my buns. A new epidemic has spread the village of Earls Barton. We now turn to Michael Gardner for his report.
A new epidemic has swept the Earls Barton area. In wake of the new village-wide ban on all jams, marmalade and other such spreadable items, a large black market circle has become known throughout the village of Earls Barton. Disgusting criminals like these have been smuggling jams into the village of Earls Barton. We captured this video of two jam smugglers, also known as jugglers, sneaking in the spreadable goods. These jugglers have been running amok throughout the village of Earls Barton. We spoke to the Earls Barton police and they have ensured a strict response to the jam epidemic.
Obviously, it is an absolute tragedy that spreads like these are being led into such a lovely village. It's just upsetting. Here we have two jams that we have confiscated just this week. Here we have two normal jams, usually gateways to other more dangerous spreads. Now what we have here is some apricot jam. Now, we are led to believe that the production of apricot jam hasn't occurred since 1911 and that these jam smugglers, or jugglers as they have been described, have just been trying to get rid of their surplus.
At this stage in the epidemic, it is imperative that you keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Back to you in the studio. And finally, the Earls Barton cricket team are due to be playing in the foreign field of Morsley this afternoon. Thank you. We regret to inform you that the Earls Barton cricket team are no longer playing their game against Morsley Homes due to bad weather. Bad weather on the field has prevented the game. I had money on that game, lots of money. Tim's entire pension is on that game, and yet they won't even be playing it. Just too much water. Too much water. We are 70% water. Still hard though. Still waterproof skin. I've had enough.
The team is expected to play...
Forget it.